Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Appalachian Trail, September 29th, part number 2. And you're watching on YouTube. Thanks for coming back and doing part number 2. Finally made it to the trail intersection, and believe it or not, just a brief aside, I actually heard a dog just a moment ago. So I don't know if that was our hunter friend's dog or not. As you can see, over my left shoulder, the world famous white blaze of the Appalachian Trail. I know I've told you this before, but the Appalachian Trail is about 2,180 miles in length. It runs from Springer Mountain, Georgia to Katahdin Mountain in Maine. And that's where the trail terminuses are, north and south, one in Georgia and one in Maine. We're at a very popular spot, well, essentially about a half a mile from here. To our north is a place called Jerry's Cabin, which I was mentioning to you before. Very popular place to camp on the Appalachian Trail. It's a good stopping point between kind of like sections where people can get on and off. So it's one of the more commonly used trail shelters. So having gotten to the top now, I can see that, I'm going to knock on wood of course, but I can see that the rain clouds, I'm going to say for the most part, appear to be dissipated around this ridge top. Now, of course, you know, at the risk of sounding, you know, all-knowing, I think I'm going to continue on towards Blackstack first. If that situation changes, then what I'll do is I'll run you back over to Jerry's Cabin and show you what a real Appalachian Trail shelter looks like. Okay? Until then, cheers. Okay, I'm hopeful, boys and girls, that actually worked out. I don't know if it did or not. There are more vistas around here, but rather than step off this cliff, I think I'm just going to maybe just squat down and give you an idea. I think I am anyway. Give you an idea where I am. This is, you're at on the other side of a place called Blackstack Cliffs. This area is commonly referred to as Firescald Ridge. It's very difficult to get to. If you remember several episodes ago, the story of Tupac. This is the very area where I lost my truck keys. And somebody happened to be behind us on the trail and found them for us. So there are some really cool vistas, which I will put in here at the end of this video segment without audio on them so that you can see them. And that's essentially just about it for the day. This is one of my favorite places on earth. It is in Greene County, Tennessee. It's really not that hard to get to. Let's see how far out I am at this point. I think I'm about 4 miles from where I started. And so, well, I take that back. I'm 3.4 miles and moving at a little less than 3 miles an hour. I'm moving at 2.8 miles an hour. And my total ascent right now is 1,813 feet, as you can see there on the little thing. So it's just a good day. I mean, I love it up here. It's a pretty good climb. I mean, 1,800 foot climb is a pretty good one-way climb in 3 miles. But it's not one of the worst that I've ever been on, because it's not as bad as like Unaka Mountain that I was telling you about earlier in the show. This one, it's maybe got some more rock staircases and stuff like that in it. So, but it's one of my favorites. I want to thank you for joining me on this episode, and for everything that's gone wrong this week. It did kind of give me an opportunity to branch out and do something completely different for you that I wouldn't normally do. So I thank you for joining me on this show. I think I'm gonna pack it in now, and I'm not going to go to Jerry's Cabin. I think I'll go back home and get in the studio and edit all this up so that you have a chance to watch it. But I hope you've enjoyed it. Remember to email our program, which is joe@AmericanTalkUSA.com. Once again, the email address for Joe or Holly or Pick Six or any other things that are going on in the show, joe@AmericanTalkUSA.com. Hey, thanks for joining me today, because I really appreciate it, and really appreciate your time and patience with the show today. Holly, dear, you know I love you. I will see you next week, okay? Thanks. Cheers, everybody. Deuces! Bye.